First, we need to look at the different alphabets. The English alphabet has 26 letters. The English IPA has 44 standard sounds. 24 of the standard sounds are consonants, and 20 are vowels. We talked about this last week. The Korean alphabet has 24 letters. Korean makes 30 sounds, of which 20 are consonants, and there are also 10 vowels. Also, Korean is the only alphabet where the shape of the symbol is related to the way the sound is produced. We will go through the consonants first. There are a few notes. Because the Korean alphabet does not directly match up with the English or the English IPA, also, if there is a red box, it is not a sound common to the language or the alphabet in question. For instance, the English letter B is written with the IPA B, and it makes a sound that is very similar to the Korean sound biup. Korean also has a double biup sound, which is slightly longer, louder, and aspirated. Air is coming through the mouth when it is being made. Many English speakers cannot hear the difference between B and B, as in bang and bang. I usually use context, not pronunciation, to separate the room from the bread. The next phoneme is D. The letter D is close to the Korean letter diut, which makes the sound D. And Korean also has a double diut, the same thing as biup. The phoneme F is not in the Korean alphabet, so be careful with words that start or contain that sound. The hard G, or G, is similar to giak when it is at the start of the word, but if it is at the end of the word, it sounds more like k. Well, there's also a double giak, which is somewhere between the English letters G and K. H, J, K, L, M, and N all have counterparts in the Korean language. The double jiut is the only one that is not in the English language on this page. One other factor with the pronunciation is that hiut, jiut, and jiut, the first three letters on the page, change their sound when they are the last sound in a syllable where their English counterparts do not. More in the next video on this. The lil, or the L, is very close to the L, except sometimes it colors towards the R sound. P is P, and it has a counterpart that is very similar in the piup. R, or does not have a Korean equivalent, and many people just substitute the lil, which is a mistake because lil is actually much closer to the phoneme L, or U. S, or S, sounds like S most of the time, but the shiut can actually change at the end of the word to a T sound, and the sh sound sometimes happens when it is followed by the E, or it has a WE sound. There is also a double shiut, which sounds like a sibilant S, and it stays the same except at the end of the words where it also goes to T. T, or T, matches the Korean tiut. There is no V in the Korean alphabet, and the most common mispronunciations come from words that overlap with Korean and English, like video and violin. W, or W, is considered a vowel in Korean, so there's more about it in the vowel section, and it uses either U or O to help make the W sound. Y, or Y, is also considered a vowel and is made with an extra slash on the vowel stick. You can see the examples yo and yaw. There is no Z, or Z, in Korean. The NG, or angma, in English only ends a syllable, the same as the Korean ing, but the ing is used as a silent sound before the syllable where the ng is never silent when it is written. Ch or ch equates to the Korean chiut. The sound sh, sh, only appears in Korean when the chiut is followed by the vowel either e or ui, and never at the end of a syllable. There are no th or zh sounds in the Korean language. This chart shows the first part of the vowels for the English IPA and Korean vowel sounds. There are more direct relations here than in the consonants, other than the English diphthongs are considered two symbols instead of one in English. Short A, short E, long E all have Korean counterparts. Long A and long I are considered two syllables in Korean, as they are diphthongs in English, with A and I. This can lead to intonation errors because the words have been expanded beyond the number of syllables normally said. There is no short I in Korean, which causes some problems separating the words like ship or sheep. The long O is another vowel that does not exist in Korean. The O sound in horse is much closer to the Korean because it makes only one sound, where long O in English is actually O. Short O, short U, the A in father, and the O in horse all have Korean sound equivalents. Long U and the U bracket the Korean sound U. The no-stressed schwa or upside-down E is usually replaced in crossover words with the short sound, which means a strange stress patterns. Now, this last slide, there's only two that belong in Korean. The sounds beer, tour, and bear do not exist because there is no letter R, to color the vowel before it, which is what these sounds are doing. Oi and au are both considered two syllables in Korean, which adds to the lengthening of English words. There are a few more notes about the Korean vowels that could help you become better at pronouncing English words in English. First, the Korean W and Y are considered vowels and not consonants. And there are some sounds that cannot be produced. You cannot produce woo, like in wolf. Cannot pronounce woo, like woman. Cannot produce like wonder. Cannot produce like yeast. Cannot produce like yuppie. These become common errors which Koreans make when pronouncing English words. They just drop the vowel phoneme. One solution, other than using only IPA, is to mix Korean and English or some IPA letters to help produce the sound in the best manner. For instance, Charles, ch, is followed by which is like in father, I would use the R because there is no R in Korean. Is close to the L, and Z once again. Not a sound in Korean. So you could use Korean syllable format as long as you break the rules like this. The next video is dedicated to the differences in the syllable systems of Korean and English. This concludes the multimedia study guide created for English Pronunciation Clinic. You can download the PowerPoint and transcript for the study guide video. Please go on to this week's second study guide, Video 2, Korean versus English syllables. It will cover the differences between the way syllables are formed in English and Korean. All images in this PowerPoint were found using the Insert Online Pictures function with the Creative Commons image search option, which is a feature of Microsoft PowerPoint 2013. English information is from Teaching Pronunciation, a reference guide for teachers of English to speakers of other languages by Celsia Murcia et al. 1996. Korean information comes from the material found in the resource section labeled Week 2.